Hey everyone, John here. And at this point, we've checked out a ton of Switch 1 games running on the Switch 2. We've looked at the free patch ones, the not free patch ones, and just general games, and the vast majority run better than their Switch 1 counterparts. Now, we have looked at Smash Bros. Before, and on Switch 1, this game generally runs really well. Apart from when you're playing with 8 characters, all of which are ice climbers, so technically there are 16 characters, and there's a bunch of effects just flying everywhere. The Switch 1 can't really handle that. And as we demonstrated previously, the Switch 2 can. However, I wanted to go a little bit further, because in this comparison, I didn't show final smashes, the stage wasn't that demanding, so this time we're going to have 8 ice climbers, so 16 characters total, on a very lava-heavy map with final smashes on. Let's see how the Switch 2 handles this. So pretty good then. And the other day, a bunch of games were added to backwards compatibility, growing the lineup. And Smash was a game that was updated. Of course, this game already worked. It's just a general backwards compatible game. There's no actual 1440p update. This is just standard 1080p Smash. But there was a problem with the Switch 2 version. And that was when using a Mii Fighter online against the Switch 1 user, that would cause the game to just stop. The consoles for some reason couldn't handle that, and a bunch of Mii Fighter thumbnails were glitching out as well. And I'm happy to say, that's been resolved, and so is the general online Mii Fighter populace. So you can play online without fear of encountering a Mii Fighter, you're gonna be entirely fine. So Smash is working excellently now, but something very funny is afoot as well. So it seems the load times when playing online and just regular versus Smash are fixed. But when it comes to single player stuff like Classic Mode and Spirits, they are extremely fast. And what's very funny about this is they contain information that you probably want to see. So here's Classic Mode first. There it was even. Didn't stay on screen for very long. You very quickly go from game to game on Switch 2. And this isn't really an issue in Classic Mode, but it's more of an issue in Spirits, because the loading screens tell you the criteria of those spirits. Now granted, you can also see this criteria before you start the spirit battle, so you can see it there. But I'm sure a lot of us are clicking past this stuff, and we can't take the loading screen as downtime to figure out what we're actually doing here, and that's not really possible anymore. So, in another update, Nintendo might want to put a false load screen here, just to let it hang a little bit longer before starting the battle. Definitely not the biggest issue in the world, but just a very funny one. And you know what I think is actually the biggest improvement when playing on Switch 2? It's the alternate costumes. So whenever you play on Switch 1 and you get to the character select screen, it actually takes the game quite a while longer to start loading in the alts. So if you try changing costume, it just goes onto a blank image with no character there for a while. Whereas on Switch 2, instant. There's no loading. As soon as the character select screen is there, you can change your costume. And as someone who likes playing as Hero in his 8 form, this is a blessing for me. I can get to Munchies so much faster. So this is just a great, I guess you can call it quality of life. It's more just the game functioning as it should. So the game now runs better, it loads faster. Here's a loading comparison between starting the game up from the Switch 2 menu as well. And of course, the online issue is resolved. So Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on Switch 2 is largely an improvement overall. It's just whether you consider the faster load times to be an improvement or a hindrance, considering they hide information from you now. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I'm going to leave you with the entire match until I stop the match at the end, around 2 minutes, of the Ice Climbers duking it out with the frame rate analysis playing at the same time. Thanks so much, we'll see you next time. Bye everyone.
contest.